Ciao scribes, I am now live from the shed. There's nobody here. Okay then, we'll wait. We shall wait. 14th of May, for those on the replay, 22:11, by accident. Ciao bello, good evening, scribes fam. Live from the shed to that scribe. That's why it's dark. Outside, even if I'm outside, it's still dark. Got a new word for you. New word. We need a new word alarm, a new word horn. Klaxon. Get me Craig Charles, a wooga. I can't do that, it might be copyrighted. Make it stick, Craig. A wooga, a wooga. We got a new word. See the description and the thumbnail. Thumbnail is equally important, nearly as important as the Gospel of Thomas. What? Shh, secret. I'm going to bring to you the humble workings of man's mind. Been in trade today. I've had 60 odd square meters to do across 4 rooms. Soggy, damp, mouldy wallpaper, crumbling plastery walls, hot weather. Totally unpleasant day. Been thinking about many a thing positive, which I won't bore you with. We are here for the new word. The new word is lifyer. See the description for other words that end Y-E-R, and year, life, year. So pondering on law year. Okay then. 2 lawyers enter a court. One is a defendant capacity, one is a representative claimant capacity. 2 lawyers leave the court after the case is finished and a judgment is passed. One has won the case, one is triumphant and the victor, and one has lost the case. So having legal representation in the form of typically a lawyer, there's no guarantee of anything, and one who represents himself has something for a fool. I can't remember the saying now, but lawyer, liar. That's same but I-E-R, liar, I-A-R even. Come on, it's late. So lifyer. Thanks to Josh X, I'm now assimilating. I'm Vulcan. I'm private sovereign, governing, mind melding across the ethereal network with brother Josh X's interpretation of the alphabet, the phonics, and the implied meaning. So life is L-I-F-E, and then year is Y-E-R. So we'll go from the beginning. L. Life is beginning with the letter L, symbolic of the phonic, and the E-L, L, God. I, the little I, not the decapitated dead I, but the living I with the head on it, the little lowercase I, my accent, hey up, that's the only thing that the Yorkshire didn't grab, the hi-fi accent, but the I is I-E-Y-E, A-Y-E, and the I itself, F. I just put finite because that's all that I could think of for F. I'm tired, and that's what I remember Josh saying, so that'll do. E is ethereal, and that can be A-E-T-H-E-R-I-A-L, and E, earth, heart, anagrams of, so E, you get what that's all about. So that's your life, and then Y, that's the 2 becoming 1. When the 2 become 1, Y is that Y-shaped connector. If ever you've been in engineering, building, you'll have used the Y-shaped connector, and 1 can become 2, or the reverse, the forward way, 2 become 1, reverse way, 1 becomes 2. Enjoy that pressure disruption. If you do become 1 becomes 2. Air pipes and so forth, hilarious. That's your Y. E, ethereal again, and then R is rightful, rightful, rightfully. If you do it instead of E-R-R-E, rightfully establish, is what Brother Josh has said before. So lifyer is a new word. It's not an Oxford Collins concise dictionary or anything like that. It's a private word of man. We are to consider this, what I've just explained to you. If you think I'm crazy, so be it. I think the world's crazy. We're trying to make it straight, narrow, plain, level. So we are cognizing and we are assimilating that it's never been done before. Think of the Enigma machine and the great effort was done there. We are at war. We have a code to crack, and I offer to YouTube and my scribes, loved ones, famalan, shaman, and hearts, minds and souls, the Holy Trinity, the stars themselves. You see what we're doing here. There is in the comments of some of my etymology videos with Josh from one of the YouTube scribes, outlaid comments with the breakdown of the alpha A to Z and the numbers and a bit more. So if you look in the description of some of them videos, I've copied it in. Forgive me for forgetting your name, scribe. I'm suffering seepage and I'm in assimilated mode with the language and many things at law. Somebody said to me, pro, the other day, feel shame for not mentioning in sui juris persona, and what's the other one now? That's suijuris persona, and in propria persona, pro se, for him. So there you go. That's what I wanted to bring to you. So I'm excited about the what you can bring to me, us, the family, the publications that will come later when we collectively get this, like I did with the C's and the paparazzis and the current C's and the Francis de Assisi, the words end in C, and the boat people talk, the electric talk, you know, the charges, the jacks, the ports. So whatever your perspective, yes, we are the light in some way, crazy as it sounds, but we have gifts, all of you do. So we will publicise, and I have spoke with Josh about many a thing recently, and I've linked up with Martin on a private accounts so I can chat with him and Josh separately. Together we're all linked, and I'm loving what those two are doing and the vibe. I need help personally with batteries. If anybody other than the language and what I've put out there with the new word and lifyer, sorry, I just say it like Crow, 777, because I found it hilarious every time he was doing a cast and he said new word. And I don't mean to take the piss, Crow, I love you, and you're a brother. I just like to emulate, copy, I steal everything, that's me, I'm a stealer. I emulate, and I'd like you to emulate and take the lead here. So yes, we're all connected. Batteries, full flooded lead acid batteries, new type open source kick-ass expensive Tesla type batteries, or other types of batteries for solar conversion. Any battery experts in the house, I need to hear from you. Any battery enthusiast, powers that be, the powers that be, electric torque, boom, did that on purpose. I'll line that up for you because I'm getting more skilled and professional one day. I'll have a light, a proper shed and a backdrop. What else do we need help with? Land. Anybody's got any land, obviously, always land till we get these rights enforced, anchored down on land. So I'm here by special appearance in a non-representative capacity as a lifyer. It's not even a real word, exactly. That's why it is a real word, because if you don't think it's a real word, it is a real word. It's an internet generated real word. Thank you for your internet generated letter. It's not a letter, it's a notice, and it's not internet generated. It's self-governing, you know, cognitive being, crafted. Goddamn, look at all these corporations sending out their internet generated letters with their contractual agreements that are given to you by tacit acquiescence, and they manage a database of say 2 million customers. Customers, argumentatively, no you're not, but that's what they call you. Us, them, it, they. And how do you manage 2 million customers, being Eon, Npower, Talk, Vodafone? Imagine having so many million customers. You can't tailor each contract and each account to that customer. So what do? You encapsulate them all in a generalization, in the general public. And those that don't see where they are will forever be at the mercy of. Those that do see where they are will take the words, the sword pens, turn them into swords in their world. The word there is mixed up, because with word you get sword, and with word without the S, if you interject and put in the L before the D, you get world. We are whirling around a world with our swords, and this man here, Indy, is very, very grateful for what Brother Josh has allowed my tiny little numbskullion, brain, consciousness, Indy head to start thinking about how we can not only deconstruct and show you how it is and why it is, what to do, what not to do, or what to contemplate, and how to communicate, what to say, how to say it, whom you are, the art of dialogue, conversation, correspondence, cause and effect. It's truly ethereal and connected to everything. So I'm in a deep place. I've had a little bit of time to myself, silence, listening, learning, cognizing, and I've spoke to a horrendous amount of family members. We're expanding rapid in all areas. The vibe I'm getting is that we're getting better, more confident. The love is increasing. Men, well done for speaking, for showing emotion, for saying the word love. We've got a long way to go, and I'm very happy with the new technology. Again, numbers and science and magnets and electricity and gases and fire are my favourite, if I'm honest with you. Not law, far from it, but law is most important. Natural law, man's law, connection to, like I say, the Gospel of Thomas. If any of you out there are ever wanting something to read, you've heard about the Dead Sea Scrolls, some of those books, Old Testaments, original manuscripts, writings of man, remember, but still informative and information to decode at least 7 times according to the rule of. So I'd advise that you have a look at that. That should be the boost you need to get through the next decade. Decade, look at that word, decade, 10 years. Is that right? Yeah, 10 years, come on. It's embarrassing to get that little number wrong, but I'm tired. Decade, and it's decade, so you've got a decay, you decay in a decade. Again, not us, it's just a point that jumped out at me the other day about death and negative and decay. Decade, the words, it's just whoever made the alphabet with the phonics, and what my latter thoughts are, because I love you and I want to share everything, is say, like, when they made the alphabet, they've got the implied meanings and the origin for that letter, symbol, writing. We've covered the consonants and the writings, and Sumer and Thoth, allegedly accountable for science, maths, and a lot of the installation of writing itself. Sumer, the tablets of, and the writings there. And then my book with the something of the words, so I forget now what it's called. I read it out, and it said that there was a king that was in a clay tablet, which would be Sumer based, allegedly responsible for offering a soldier that couldn't describe what had happened in battle to write down on. So these that made the alphabet now, as a child, dyslexic child, these questions I'm answering for myself because I've gone on a journey. When I was little, I used to wonder, when something's invented, how do they know the word that it needs to be called, like telephone? All right, so those that made the alphabet linked each letter, in my belief, in my discovery, in my own little world, and now with influence from the X-Man, for the final level of, I do hope it's the final level of, because I can't take any more alpha phonetical geometrial type comparison. I think this should be it. I do hope so. The alphabet is each letter as I, E, vowels and double vowels, and you know, the lowercase and the uppercase being hieroglyphic and so forth. It's very complex, but this key, this tool, this language is a tool, it's a key, it's an identity, it's many things. And to a dyslexic man, it's really mashed man's Swede alphabet, letters, specific number, reference. I'm not going through A to Z now, but I'll give you a clue in the title and the description. So when man is younger and he wonders how is something given a name, when a portable stereo or a mobile phone was not invented, but mobile phone, telephone, you know, telegram before, then there was a telephone, telekinetics, telephonics, telekinesis, telepathic. All right, so these are all what? Transmissional receivership ways of radio ethereal communication in something, you know, so telephone, telegraph, telegram. Yes, and I thought, so tele is because of the way it is, that's your Latin type original functionality, descriptive, adjective. You know, you've got all these things to do in the language that you just forget when you leave school, that you don't think is relevant anymore. But once you get into this world of, it's just hurts your head. It would be so much easier if we just talked with thoughts, don't you think? If we just went back to allegedly the old way, where nothing was written down and we just went with our senses and our feeling. You see what writing shit down has done, and creating, going against the natural form, calcifying the pineal gland. Anyway, that's another hangout in itself. Giving it its name, telephone, so the telekinesis, Latin, ancient, descriptive part of the word, two-part word, telephone, phone, phonics, phonetical, Phoenician, phono, telephono, tell her phone. You know, oh, when I invented the telephone, it was a machine, so I could ring my wife up and give her orders about what I was to expect when I arrived home for my tea. It was also there in the bedroom, and I had one in the bathroom when I was having a shit. I used to ring her up and say, get up here now and assist me. I need more luxury items to read, and it stinks. Bring the roses, you know, these kind of things. So I called it a tell her phone. This is the kind of, you know, academic bullshit that they come up with and say, you know, and function read down to you in the us. And yeah, telephone, telephonic. So you work it out for yourself, and the clues in other words that we've pointed out. Very interesting. So as a child, I was a little boy and thinking, how does this world work? Somebody invents something, you know, who named everything? Who made the alphabet? I did have that thought, I'll be honest with you. Who is responsible for this? You know, how did they get that power? How old is it? What country did it come from? And here we are, 41, pleased to say. David, used to be called Callan in rugby, was a little shit. Last man to ever think of ever speaking like this and finding all this out. But now the world speaks English, does it not? Oh yes, English. Well, most of the world understands and speaks English. So what is to all of my family, lost ones, extended, tribesmen, clansmen, new message to you. If you swapped your native tongue, now you speak English, you've just entered the realm of lies, deceit, weapons of mass distraction. Brother B, got that in there for you, look at this. And you've just gone against your source code, the primal source, and you've entered into a contract with a secret double agent. That's in my opinion. Scribes, you put in what you want, but English, the Babylonian tongue now, is nothing but deception and tricks involving Latin and French and Greek and the Anglo-Saxon. Elf used to be spelled A-E-L-F. Just put it out there, I know I've looked at language and origins and Anglo-Saxon and everything else, and yeah, if you used to speak Italian, Greek, Latin, Romanian, Hungarian, Estonian, whatever, and now you speak English, don't speak this unless you need to. I would revert back to original tongues. I would revert back to everything. I would be very wary of this language. It's a cursive language indeed. We'll point this out in the further publications. And life year is what I am going to describe myself as, if ever I have to. I'm searching for words. Regulate. East side of the LBC on a mission trying to find Davy Sovereign G, the Carpala. We're not regulators. You could be anything you want. You can describe yourself and call yourself any which way you so desire. Look out there, it's gone gender fluid and madness, it's like gender equality, the Olympics and so forth, and testosterone. You don't speak about, you can't talk about, shush, and they've got rights, and yes, equality. Nothing more poignant and more important, and I agree with quite a lot of it, and not agreeing, it's not my place to say. I'm not empowered for that kind of divisional topic, but I'm going to love reading your comments. So a life year is like I've put in a description there, and it's made up as the individual letters fitted the descriptions of, and that's how words are made according to Josh's interpretation, his gnosis of the alphabet and the functionality. A lot more to it. Just don't hold on. There's a lot more depth to everything. There's not just one meaning translation into many things. So I'd like you to try and emulate that, if you wouldn't mind. And if you can create new words, excellent. That's what I'm after. It's not a competition, but if you can create a lot of, on that basis, and think, what this means you have to do is think now and analyse. It's like an anti-thesaurus task, if that makes sense. Anti-thesaurus. A nice moon. Here we go. We'll come outside from the top. Jason, Peter, Emma. Physical, correct, yeah. No, 5. 5 is the phi cycle, not 6. Angela, Paul, or whoever it is behind the user. Yes, John. I've got a headache of all the dictionaries I've been through, and that's because you've been looking with Dick, T, Ion, Aries. Look at that, zodiac in the Dick, right? This word, like there's another one with another astral type thing in it. Orion. Orion's used a lot, but Aries, all right. Dick, T, physical, made of atoms, electron, neutron, ion. So ion, Aries. Dick T, Ion, Aries. That one jumps and slaps me in the face now, you see. Beware of hanging around with us. We will turn your life into a... Once you start this, it just gets worse, all right? So you might think it's funny. You might think it's all right, but get ready. Andrew, blessings. I have a modern science and technology dictionary, physics and chemistry from Hartlepool College. All right, it's not a competition. Calm down, lad. Hey, calm down, hey, you. Funkstar. CDI, not Chi. Well, what are you saying, Funkstar? I didn't see. You've deleted your hydrogen cell cars. Can my E-class Be converted like your TDI, Dave. Yes, but it's not full 100% hydrogen. I've got currently a mileage average of MPG of 50 to 55, 60, depending on load, weight and driving. So travelling, never no driving, remember that. So yeah, it can be increased, you can put more ampage up and you can tweak, but at your peril barrel, we have an assisted gas, which is the exclusive introduction of the hydrogen, as you know, and it aids in the bets. But to get onto full, I'd love to do that. Yeah, that I've got videos of that. I've downloaded and saved them. Can't wait to start it, but the time and the resources are thin. We need a workshop. We need some land. We need a benefactor. So yeah, you can introduce that and have it running with the fuel. Not a problem, Funky. Let's Kev. Easy Phillips. That's CD. Wonder which Kev it was. Paul. Pull. That's another word that Sheffield didn't grab. Pull. Tall pull. Gills. Aye. Aye. They say aye in Sheffield. Paul. Not Paul. Whoa. Whoa. One. 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 Interesting. Accents, that's another thing with language. There we go. I knew my subconscious telling me, this was meant to be said earlier in the video. Now, when you get a word, not word, that's got an accent, and it changes the whole mashup of it. So not only do you have the etymological retardedness of your education within the tool and language and identity, which is key to you finding your pathway in the wilderness, out in the mother's tricks, the matrix. So thank you, Josh. Wow, it's making more and more sense. It's almost divine, but it's like a Connect 4, but a massive one where you've got to get a line of 128 million and we're on 127 million. There's a bit way to go, but it's in sight. 21 scribes, 7 likes. Nice one. Not doing bad then. Feeling the love. Very good. Dada, pro, pre, per, etc. Verb prepositions, meaning, yes. Frontal adjectives, pronouns, yes. Frontal. Frontal, full frontal. There you go. Frontal in the adjectives and verbiage. Descriptive. Sorry, but our kid being 12 and coming back from school's just reignited the English in me. So that's why I'm so. Don't be thinking I'm some kind of a genius that can spit all this out, because it's immensely crazy. And if our kid wasn't coming back with English homework with such things in, I would not be able to say all that I'm saying as now. So as she's Hungarian origin, mother tongue, and English is a second language, I'm helping her to formulate English, and I'm privy to see. So yeah, it's interesting. She's teaching me again. Let's have a look, Paul. Meaning no, correct. Pre, per, pro changes the meaning of the word. Equals 1 and 3. I don't know what you mean by 1 and 3. A and C. 1 and 3. In time with no time says Y to me and Y. Thank you, Peter. Uppercase C is a curve, uppercase I is a line. If you put those together, you can create the frequency diagram that Santos draws. C and I. Yes, I know that. Yeah, that's it. C, I, Chi. Yeah. Interesting. Thank you, Jason. I like the knowledge. The knowledge of the scribes is strong. 10 thumbs up. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. Extra big smile on my boat race. Yeah, accents. That's what I was on about. It's almost like it was done on purpose and the tongues was scrambled. If you do your Lee and go and no, it's a Leanne. Lie and though, Lee, yeah, little I. Leon, yeah, you and I verse. All letters and numbers are created with lines and curves, so we are literally writing out frequencies, lines and curves. Indeed, left and right brain, negative and positive. It's a duality. Oh, you guys, you brothers, sisters. I am tingling. I'm smiling for many reasons here. Clevers. Built 2 raised veggie beds in my rear garden. 8 times 2 each, nearly all planted. I'm a changed man, making use of what I've got. Funk star fist bumps across the telly net. Chilled. Hello everyone. Yes, Shadow. Much love, brother. You can't beat garden fresh veggies, Funk star. The world became flesh. There is power in them words. The flesh and blood came on. 830. I speak babble with my ears and eyes. Ears and eyes. My Inupiaq Eskimo ancestors carried oral history and life lessons or through storytelling and song dance movements. We continue to do so. Lisa, you are a wealth of surprises. I know I said that wrong. I can hear it in my head, but I cannot say it. Oral history, speaking it, not writing it down, and life lessons through storytelling and song dance. So, Little Red Riding Hood, boom. Yeah, so not you, but yes, that's how it goes. And the village elders and so forth. Writing was the first bad thing majorly for man in technological advancements that we started to do, and when we've looked at who, how, what, why, where and when, and then the predisposition of our cognitive dissonance when we have mental dysfunctionality with real life simple things, when we classify ourselves as nuclear physicists, educated, you know, in the doctrines of various, and we actually are, well, in like sheep in the pen, indeed. So thank you, Lisa, and yes, did somewhat splinter off. Most common people recorded by oral records, nursery rhymes, ring. How right you are. There's an aeroplane overturning, just coming into East Midlands, and we have the luxury of it turning over our head tonight. There it is. Just by the moon. And there you go, and land at East Midlands Airport. When you feel that turny bit, when you're coming in just before the landing, that's over at our lass's house. Gives you a rough clue where we are. Star trekking across the universe. Star Trek kin. Just checking your comments now. Can't see that one. Let's get back to the inner sanctum. Gotta take this old jacket off though. I can't be advertising that shameful place. Not a prayer. What's these comments got? There we go, into the light. We're finishing the targeted time to finish. Let's go. Father Mac on the cry. Shadow. Lost me. ENG is snake. Yes, I beta. Most common people recorded. We've got that. Start checking. There we go. Sorry, you dropped down. Native Americans used to dance, bring about rain and other things. The power of intent. Exactly. The rain dance in itself. Yes. The dances of the Dogon, the no god tribe. 3 king were noble and wise. Maggie, Angela, Aligna. Sorry, I thought I said my brain. What are you doing to me? No, magic, magnetic, MAG, mag, prefix before magistrate, magician, magnetic, magnet, IC, mag, MAGIC. Josh has explained that, G being the god, so magi, very interesting. Slap me in the face. Ing too with the skull. Many types of dance, all to the beat of a drum, which stirs something very deep within, hard to explain. Ping, small business. Thank you for the like. D in G is tight. F 10 is Xing. Yes, Shadow. Your existence. 10. That's something I'd like to cover in great detail about the number 10. Existential. Base 10. Lots of things connected. Too many things connected with X. Say 10. Say 10 being the poignant one. When you say 10, you are Satan. Say 10, base 10 unit. It was the Satan from Chiron Last that made it revel again some years ago. David Tome, no, I'm not familiar with the loan charge. No, asking the question, asking on a quest. Yes, came on. Ah, yes, Jason, I thought there was some. I'm looking, see what my brain, I was like, numbers, yes, what you saying then? 3 and 9, I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you. Cha-ching, penny drops. Ions means act ions. Ions means that somebody made words and functions with words and the meanings of and implied for physical ions to do with man's actions, man's deeds, ions. Everything is made of atoms, atom, the cause of the law of vibration, the hermetic principles. I hope you've refreshed and familiarised yourself with them at least. So an ion is star dust in some sense, an atom, and then further into the atom, subatomic levels. So be careful with that one. It's down to interpretation, but there is a factual amount that you can outlay, can't you, to describe the ion shadow. And yes, I get where you're coming from. It's sustained. Fruit is what we say. No, I don't get that. You're being fruity. Nutmeg, nurturing. Homeschooling my 12 years, so I know what you mean. Thinking about studying ancient runes. Get in, fist pumps. Is Josh X Chiron Last? Everybody, Shadow. No, never. Not because anything of, just, no, they're totally two different men, trust me. Two different men. But funny, excellent. That's probably the boost I needed to get through the rest of the week. Kids getting scores. Yes, Hungarian for thank you is pronounced curse the name. Kursanam. Shut up! Wow! K-O-S-O-N-M. I believe it is. K-O-S-Z-O-N-M. Kozonom. So I'm not arguing with you. Let's go again. Kozonom, so curse. Kozonom phonically could be linked to curse and am. So thank you. You're right. Yeah, you are. Bless you is Eggy Shigedra. Hello. Get this then. Obviously, Paul, you're privy to this, I hope. If not, you will be. Hello, to meet somebody is see ya. SZIA. So when you first meet, shake hands, see ya. Or when someone's on a bike and they're going through the village, happens a lot, see ya. What? Madness. Then when you leave and you're going away, you say hello. HALLO. Good. So goodbye is hello. Ah, that's not anything other than, yeah, way backwards. It's all us backwards. As Josh said about the reverse language and things like that, and the reverse subconscious language, and the way words are back to front, and understand, stand under being the one that we started with in the beginning, which was the simple 101 entry. So the Hungarian, the French, the Italian, the Greek, the Latin. No need for it, brother. But I like where you're coming from. I do like that. So we've got 10 minutes ish. Didn't mention that he has watched Chiron last video before on a chat with Sun and Moon. There you go, then, Jason. Yes, he's aware of him. Yeah. I've advertised him and told you about the golden web and such other things and screen prints of. Very, very clever, unique. I like how his videos all have the same tone and he doesn't get excited. He presents it rather well, and sometimes he gets a bit serious and his voice will go deep. Hi or other. Imagine if you had to learn every ability, somebody must have known it first. Ability. No shame in the dark. Real now, look, you can see my tired eyes. Man in the flesh. Mother GIC, there you go. We're echoing. I know where I'm up to. Seeing the seas and the seas and the paparazzis and the, yes, the electricities, the seas, the capacities, T's and C's, terms and conditions. No battery experts then. Nobody knows about lead acid batteries. We've got no stealth camper scribes or anybody like that. Nobody knows about the power management, transformers, let me think now, inverters, depleting batteries, what types of. Disappointing. I need to know. I need someone with hands-on experience. Surnames. When he was at school, he used to call me Jeremita or Callan, whichever it was at the time. Very interesting the way that we refer to each other as surnames, and the way that names are. Surnames capitalised, and how they go. You know, why did we do that? Why were we trained, or why did we pick up? And everybody at whatever school you was at will have generally beckoned or called, not by the given name, but by the surname. Just something that I was pondering on the other day, and I have various opinions on that. Jeremy Kyle, what's happened? Somebody tell me how somebody to take a lie detector test has ended up dying, and it's on Jeremy Kyle show now. ITV, we should do. I might do another video tomorrow calling out ITV and saying we'd like to have Andy and Dave on. We'll just look at channel and we'll tell you what's happening. We'll promise to not swear and calm it down. Who knows about Jeremy Kyle? What's happening here? I also heard some news about a court banning a book, Lady Chatterley's Lover, that a judge used to govern some kind of a case to do with the release of Lady Chatterley's Lover in the 30s, and it was not released until the 60s, and when it came out the judge used a book, and that book that he had and he doodled in, it's been said it can't go out. Interesting. But Jeremy Kyle, yes, desperate, angry, unstable man going on TV with Big Barry, you know, bouncer men's there, emotions, makes good TV, doesn't it? Trash TV, car crash TV. Those that don't like it won't watch it. Those that love it will watch it. It shouldn't be on. It's just absolute bullshit. So I'm glad that it's off the air. Who knows how long for? Jeremy Kyle, I think, is a smarmy little shit. I could never be that disrespectful. Even you know, I won't put myself in that position. And there are ways and means of communicating and talking to folk, you know, to each other. And wow, it's an embarrassment, to be fair. So I will be checking that out. To mention elementary particles in the same sentence as cosmology may seem at first sight to connect issues that have very little to do with each other. No, they're not random. Oh, John. The dynamics of the universe deals with distance indeed, and magnets, magneto-electro, one would argue. Yes, I. Self-name. I've never needed to know mechanics of my van, but I've always promised myself I would learn eventually. Good luck. It's lovely, the joy of motoring. The sensationalization of suffering on Jeremy Kyle. A petition was sent to ITV4. Thank you, Stephen. I haven't got a clue. RIP to the lost soul. For what a way to die. I'm a bit confused as to how that's actually happened, but I'm sure there could be a better use of airtime, more beneficial to man than that tripe embarrassment. You know, what do? Go around Blackpool on a sunny day to collect up with a big net and then just chuck them all in and pick one out by random and a couple to right, you two up. I don't know, but it's a sad state of affairs. It's quite embarrassing. These shows that are on, you know, they're initially for housewives to watch, and they don't teach you much. They argue about the little tiny things. They won't tell you about the important things, and political issues. They are there to brainwash and program and bring you the north, east, west, south stories, and it's just, yeah, it's farcical. It really is. Those that play with daytime TV, that's another Vulcan mind meld, Club of Rome trap, you know, and associates, not just exclusively the Club of Rome, but the Club of Rome and the ones in the club. What else is there to chat about? Not a lot. We're on 11, doing well. If you've got nothing, then those that are on the .com, there's been a few files uploaded. I've uploaded a template of a legal, irrevocable UK legal trust, so you could have a look at that, and also you can convert it to England and Wales trust. You can have it as a lawful trust, your status, standing in capacity, witnesses, autographs and thumbprints. As we've brought to you before, paperwork is not always needed for trusts, but for asset protection management, documents and paperwork like last will and testament, for you to testify and testate is one thing, but to, you know, to put it down and safeguard is another. So there's a few interesting files been uploaded to the .com, and the lawful notice has been put onto Facebook as promised. We've got quite a bit of work to be doing there. The ones with lifetime accounts I'm looking at, and if it hasn't been cancelled and the donations gone through, I'm refunding them all. So that's a little hiccup in the systems and programming, but that's because we changed .com management from one program to another and had different databases of boom. So yeah, don't worry, it's all sorted within minutes, hours, maybe a few days. Publications going from the public to the private, they're coming next, focusing on that. And yeah, Smithy's channel's been deleted, so that's that. And I'm sure there was a couple more, but we'll be good for now. I'm going, we've done well, I'm ending on time. I see you all. Give us back community and we can look after our own. Yes, Stephen. And inspiration, thank you. In spirits. Right, we'll say peace and love. Ciao for now. We'll be back. Who knows when, but soon. Alright, and you'll find us in the usual places. Big love. Stay self-governing, private, and with a clear conscience at all times.